What's up, my music lovers? I'm Josh, Audiophile Heaven, and today we will have a talk. It is time we have that talk. I wanted to make a video about how to survive if you are a compulsive buyer. And I am a compulsive buyer. I am obsessive about things. Evidently, otherwise I wouldn't be doing video reviews on audio products. But most importantly, I do have a big issue. And this video is not going to be about me, but about you. It is going to be about how to survive if you are a compulsive buyer. And that is a problem that affects a big majority of adults in the entire world right now. I have that hyper focus where if I am obsessed about something, I will obsess about. I wanted to replace my TV in the back. It's not bad, I just wanted a high refresh rate one and a larger screen placed one, because it is quite hard to edit documents with small text on this one because I sit a bit too far from it. I have returned two TVs already, two Samsung TVs. This one is a Samsung. I don't plan on making a video on them because they were not worth my time, but I did return two and I will probably continue doing that until I find a good replacement. So I am a compulsive buyer. I buy things on compulsion, which means that when I see something which I even remotely enjoy, I go for it. And that is how most adults do right now. They go for things that they just see, and if you have the money, you will go for it. Now that is a problem. It is a problem because you end up with a ton of trash. You end up having and owning a ton of stuff you don't actually use and will probably never even touch after buying them. And I do have a ton of stuff like that in the kitchen and around the house. What you can do and how you can avoid falling into those traps, the traps of capitalism and the traps of very aggressive marketing, you could actually not purchase what you saw. Just don't purchase it. Just keep it in your mind and tell yourself, I will be seeing this again, and go see it again after a few days. And then if you still think it is a good purchase, go for it. If you don't think it is a good purchase, then give up on it. Focus your attention on something else. This is much more complicated when you have ADHD because you tend to obsess over something even if you don't really need it. You just obsess over it. A lot of people in the world are coming up with this problem of having some kind of attention disorder. And I do think, and I personally don't think, I actually know that marketing and aggressive marketing strategies are to blame for this. What happens is as it follows. Let's say you are a company, let's say a big company, like selling sweet beverages. And I saw this in an interview with one of the employees at Coca-Cola. And what did they say? They said that they see tap water as a competitor. So they are marketing their Coca-Cola beverages so aggressively that you will stop drinking tap water. You'll stop drinking water and will drink Coca-Cola instead. This is how they make their marketing. And this is how most of the marketing is organized nowadays. You may be thinking that this is a reviews channel, I am a marketing guy. Well, no. The point of reviews is telling my story about my experience with products. And if you find that we have similar experiences in the past about certain products, maybe you can use my experiences to find new products to purchase. This is why I made Audiophile Heaven. Well, and I made it because I wanted to be a funny guy. The whole point of this channel was for me to learn acting, learn how to be present in the front of a camera, and learn how to make better videos so that I can start a comedy channel someday, or transform Audiophile Heaven into some kind of comedy channel. Just informative right now. But companies are using you and are playing with your brain. They are making you less focused on important things in life like family, friends, actual interaction, and they are making you compulsive to purchase. They are making you go for whatever product you see, and they are making you poor. They want you to invest your money into their products rather than investing it in something you actually enjoy. This is a big problem right now. Like, this is a huge problem in the world because we live at the top of consumerism. Right now, you are at the top. The world has never been as bad with consumerism as it is right now. This is not a conspiracy channel. I'm not going to be talking about conspiracies. I'll just tell you how to alleviate the problem, how to get better, and how to actually enjoy what you have more. The first step is to appreciate what you have more. Like, try to appreciate what you have with you. Try to just be thankful for what you have already. Try to enjoy it to the maximum. The second step, as I said, is to not purchase what you see right away. Like, give it some time, read some reviews, test it a second time, test it a third time, talk with your friends, see if your spouse or important other is agreeing with your purchase. Try to just give it some time, because after a while you will see whether it is a good investment or not. The third way to avoid unnecessary expenditures is to actually go secondhand. Go to the secondhand market and try to purchase secondhand, and also sell what you are not using. Those two are very important steps, because if you are selling what you're not using, especially if you give it a good discount, someone can enjoy it, especially if they really need that thing. And if you purchase secondhand, you will sometimes receive a product that is just as new, because a ton of people purchase things compulsively, and it will work perfect. You will be richer, you'll have more money, you'll have more time, and everyone will be happier because you are helping someone get rid of something they don't really use or need. Those things are important to us as a society, because if consumerism continues, at some point we will crash. The economy will crash because nobody will have enough money to purchase what they want. They will enter depression, they will enter a midlife crisis or just general crisis. It will lead to hysteria, which will lead to a world crisis. And we want to stop that. As a community, everyone wants to stop that. As humanity, we don't want to have such problems. The point is, we could get around it. And about purchasing secondhand stuff, most of the stuff I use for filming videos is purchased secondhand. Very few things are purchased new. For example, the microphone I'm using is purchased secondhand. The main objective for the photos is purchased secondhand from a guy. I also knew that guy for a long time. I didn't even know that he was selling objectives. He was the friend of someone who rented one of my first apartments. And you see, people have things that they don't really need. People have a ton of clutter in their lives and in their minds. Your mind is cluttered by all the aggressive marketing you are seeing. Bold colors, very strong messages, especially appealing to your emotional side. For example, nowadays they are trying to use examples that we resonate with. They don't even go for things we aim for anymore. Some companies just go for things that we are right now. For example, they don't use a model as an example in their marketing. They use a lazy guy who just plays games all day, which is kind of relatable. I kind of do that. They use that to convince you that their product is relatable to you, but it may not be. As I said, you need to give it some time and to judge every single purchase truly. The biggest and worst two industries for this are the food industry, which will force you to purchase very bad tasting and sometimes very unhealthy food to your disadvantage, but to their advantage because they are selling it for a huge profit. For example, very sweet foods or foods with a ton of salt or foods with a ton of chemicals. And the clothing industry, shockingly, I have a clothing problem. I have like 2 bags of clothes that I never wore in my entire life, but I purchased them. And as I said, this ADHD problem and this attention problem, this marketing attacking your problem doesn't just extend to electronics. You don't just purchase a new TV every day because you can't afford to, but you purchase many small things. You purchase a new t-shirt, and this t-shirt I love. I enjoy this t-shirt, and it comes from AliExpress. I purchased it after seeing it multiple times, and yeah, I really love it. It is a nice t-shirt. I have so many clothes that I never wore, not even once. But when trying them on in the store, I thought it was a good idea to purchase them. And that led to a very unhealthy cycle. I could have been richer with about $1,000 or $1,500 now if I didn't purchase all of those clothes. And I can't really sell them because the secondhand market for clothes in Romania is just terrible. It is a terrible place to be. Romania in general is pretty terrible, very terrible country. But I love my country, I'm Romanian, and I'm not going to use this time to bad talk my own country. I hope that this video has been enjoyable and helpful to you. I hope that it will help you gain some insight onto how to make wiser purchases and to how to invest your money more carefully, on how to be better at your personal finances. I do think that handling personal finances while having a compulsive purchasing disorder or just compulsive disorders in general is complicated. I think that personal finances are a complicated thing. We are not taught those things in school, and I wish we were. I wish I knew back in school that you shouldn't purchase something when you first see it. You should give it at least 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. It really depends on the product, but give it some time. Just be patient and be really, really thankful for being alive, for having time on this beautiful planet with beautiful music, with beautiful people everywhere, and everyone is just beautiful and awesome. Be thankful for that. Try to always enjoy your life and try to spend time on important things. Spend time on your personal hobbies and interests, spend time with your loved ones, and spend less time watching TV and watching ads. This is not an ad, this is actually me trying to make a tutorial. I mean, YouTube will play some ads in it, but It was not the intention of the video. I just am trying to survive here and not to make compulsive purchases, but use this money to just survive. At any rate, I hope my video has been helpful. I hope it has been enjoyable, and I hope it helped you gain some insight on how I started to manage my personal finances and how you could start managing yours. I'm not going to make a book. I'm not going to sell anything to you. This was the entire video. If you have questions, leave a comment in the comment section and I may be able to offer more insight or make a second video with answers to those questions. I hope you have the loveliest of weeks in there, and I hope we'll see each other really, really soon. Bye bye.